From the beautiful city of Los Angeles, California, we bring you the Gimme Three podcast.
Welcome back, cinephiles, cinema lovers, and movie appreciators to the Gimme Three podcast, a series for cinephiles. God, it's been a minute, but we're finally back. I'm your co-host, Bella Efstratis, and I'm finally reunited with my favorite co-host, Nicholas Ibarra. Nick has been taking the reins here on the show over the past few weeks, giving us one fantastic episode after the next with some very special interviews, spotlighting some of the brilliant filmmakers and their films showcased at the LA Diversity Film Festival this year. An incredible LA-based independent film festival put on by Nicholas Ibarra and Sonja Mereu. We're technically recording this before the festival, so you know what? I'll give an early thank you to everyone who joined us over the weekend at the festival. Thank you so much for the support. And if you couldn't make it this year, well, we'll see you next year.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you for the kind words, Bella. Thank you to all the guests that we've had over the last few weeks, but I missed you, and I'm happy to have you back in the chair.
Yeah, it's been too long. It's great to be back, and you know, we're returning to ye old show with a pretty fun episode, if I do say so myself.
A freaky episode.
Oh yeah. And no, it's not what you think. It's not another Gregoraki episode. But it is Freaky Friday. Hey.
Yep.
We're diving into the Freaky Friday universe, starting with the original film that really kicked off this whole franchise in 1976, then on to the iconic 2003 remake that captured everyone's hearts, if we're being honest. And finally, we're landing with the brand spanking new sequel, Freakier Friday.
That's
Great
right.
title. One day we'll have to revisit this episode for the freakiest Friday.
Exactly.
Disney won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
You know that, yeah. You know that's coming. The movie's made 90 mil at the box office, so you know it's coming.
Has it really? Oh my God. You know what's funny is I think this might be the first episode in Gimme Three history where we've talked about a film that's still in theaters.
It might be. I feel like we've done it once before, maybe, but yeah, we it's rare. It's rare.
It's pretty rare. So you guys are lucky, and it's really funny that film is Freakier Friday. But here we are. We're true cinephiles.
That's right.
So it's gonna get freaky. It's gonna get silly. It's gonna get deep. In Gimme Three Freaky Fridays, let's get into it. Do you want to take us away with our first film of the day?
Yes, it's Freaky Friday from 1976, directed by Gary Nelson, screenplay by Mary Rodgers, the author of the book, the novel, the 1972 novel, Freaky Friday. So this is screenwritten based off of her own book here.
Mom.
And it is starring Barbara Harris and a very young Jodie Foster. The film follows Ellen Andrews and her teenage daughter, Annabelle. And it's mom and daughter, you know, seems like they're at odds on pretty much everything. Annabelle's got absolutely no respect for her mother's authority. And Ellen is constantly writing her daughter about this and that. They complain about each other behind each other's back, you know, that's when you know it's real bad.
Oh, yeah.
Ellen thinks her daughter has it easy. Annabelle thinks her mom has it easy. But then simultaneously, they wish out loud that they could trade places with each other. But they didn't know that you're not supposed to say things like that on Friday the 13th, which this movie takes place on. That's the freakiest Friday of them all, the 13th. So they simultaneously make their wish. And guess what? The bodies swap. Annabelle goes into her mother's body. Ellen goes into her daughter's body. Y'all know the story. It's been done, I don't know, a gajillion times with these body swap movies. But this is one of the earlier ones. Hijinks ensues. And Ellen has found new respect for all that consumes her daughter's life and, you know, all of her skills, you know. public
Yeah.
transportation. She's in the marching band. She's got to deal with these confounded electronic typewriters. The vicious sport of field hockey. And then, of course, Annabelle can't believe the amount of work her mother has to do just to keep the household together. The cooking, the cleaning, the operations, the picking up her younger brother, the dealing with her father, who's about as insensitive and helpless as they come. It's freaky. It's Friday. It's Freaky Friday. Bella, what did you think of the original 1976 version of Freaky Friday?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I loved this. I can't believe I'm going to admit this, but I actually had no idea that there was an original to this, because God forbid something exists before I'm born. But yeah, no, I was so excited to check this out. I love anything from this, just about anything from the 70s, and I think this movie is such a great and funny snapshot of this era, but then also is really interesting because it's like these two stark different generations. You know, it's boomers and Gen X, and I mean every generation's different from the next, but I don't know, watching this I was like, man, these two grew up in very different worlds. And you know, just even in the way they talk, like the way the mother talks versus her daughter, it's so different, or like their values or how they think they should carry themselves, which opens the door for a lot of just like goofy slapstick comedy moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh, it was so great. And I also knew I was going to love this movie, like literally within the first few minutes, those opening credits. It's like this adorable kind of stop motion montage with these like cute cutout Tootie doll versions of the mother and daughter. And the mom's wearing this like big leopard print coat riding a skateboard, and her daughter's driving a car in stripes. Like it's just so charming and just so like funky, quirky 70s. Really set the tone for the rest of the film. So yeah, I knew I was gonna love this, and I really did in the end.
Yeah, there's a simplicity to this original version that, you know, I think in some ways helps the piece, in other ways kind of hinders the piece.
Yeah.
This is definitely like the simplest of plots of the three films that we're discussing, you know?
Right.
It's
right.
basically the daughter stays at home and does mom's job, which is to stay at home and be a mom, which that alone is enough to highlight the area. Not that being a stay-at-home parent is not difficult. God knows it is. But in this era, it was like, that was just like the archetype for a mother character. So, and a mother's career. And then you got basically mom goes to school for a day and has a nightmarish time. But there's something kind of like nice about the simplicity of it. But for me, after a while, that simplicity started to feel a little bit redundant. There's not a heck of a lot of like meat on the bones of this, but it plays out more kind of like as a series of gags and vignettes than like a fully fleshed out story. But there's a lot to like. There's a lot to like. I mean, Barbara Harris and Jodie Foster are terrific. Like specifically Barbara Harris in this is like really fucking awesome.
God, I totally agree. I fell in love with her in this film. I mean, for one, she's just absolutely stunning. Yeah. And then two, she's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
She killed it. And Jodie Foster, she's just adorable and just like a day one icon, honestly. Like that's just undeniable. But yeah, Barbara Harris really carries the film for me as well.
Also, the range on Jodie Foster. So this film came out in 1976. This is the same year The Taxi Driver came out.
Okay, that's what... That's insane.
Where she plays a teenage prostitute, in case anybody hasn't seen Taxi Driver. So that's quite the year for the young Jodie Foster.
Seriously, you're in like a wow, I can't say that. Brady Bunch Disney movie, and then Taxi Driver, Scorsese. That's right. Yeah. That's about as much as range gets. That's awesome. I love that. I gotta say, I also loved the depiction of the Switch in this film. It's just so charming. It's like the classic split screen. You've got the mom on one side smoking a cigarette and her daughter on the other eating ice cream.
Now, listen, I screamed at her. I'm not a screamer, you know. Listen, you're not letting me have any fun, and I'm sick of it. You're always pushing me around and telling me what to do. How come nobody ever gets to tell you what to do? Will you tell me that? You know what you said?
Annabelle, I said, when you're grown up, people don't tell you what to do. You have to tell yourself, which is sometimes more difficult.
Oh, yeah, I said in this real bitter tone. You know, that always blows my mind. Oh, yeah, you can tell yourself to watch TV all day or go to lunch with your friends, eat what you want for breakfast, or go to big parties or movies with Dad.
And do the laundry, I reminded her. And the shopping and the cooking. Make things nice for everybody. Honestly, Bill, that child has not got a clue about my life. Not a single clue.
Sounds like a picnic to me. I wish I could switch places with her for just one day.
And then bam, freeze frame. And it's so, I was trying to figure out like how to articulate what they do with the effects, but they basically like cut out these like this freeze frame, like the photos of them, and then from the background turn them into silhouettes that like blink different colors and then switch places. After they switch, I just love how like they both start choking. Like she's choking on the cigarette smoke, the mom's now choking on ice cream for some reason.
Well, you probably don't know this yet, Bella, because you're still young, but the older you get, you know, ice cream can truly fuck up your entire week. Like if you like if I ate ice cream today, like that's a wrap on the weekend. Like forget about it. Like I'm done. Like I'll be on the toilet for like fucking days.
Yeah, ice cream's a special thing. Yeah, true. I didn't think about the fact that she's just like, oh god, no, ice cream. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's a great moment. And again, we see that kind of replicated in a very different way in the future film. But I thought that was very unexpected. You know, having only seen this remake first, it was fun to see that they had like it was a different version, I guess.
Yeah, it was cool. There is some like funny, silly, like here's the thing, like 70s era live action Disney movies were just so weird. Like I don't know. Yeah. You got like this, you got the cat from outer space. Yeah, bed knobs and broomsticks, which we talked about, you know, with Max Sopkin. Like what a weird ass movie that was. A lot of similarities between that and this, actually.
Yeah, I thought so.
The cat from outer space. You know, the Herbie movies, which also, ironically enough, Lindsay Lohan did a remake of. Parent Trap, another Lindsay Lohan remake.
How about the Apple Dumpling Gang?
I never even heard of that, but it sounds weird as hell.
You're lucky. God, they were weird.
They were weird. But because it's also the 70s, they're just not afraid to like jab in these like, for lack of a better word, freaky ass jokes. Like when Annabelle calls her father daddy, you know, because she's in her mother's body, and then like he starts getting all horny about it. It's like, yes, it's funny. It's creepy also, but it kind of like perfectly describes these 70s era live action Disney movies. Funny and creepy.
Hon, I want you to do something for me for the ceremony this afternoon.
Besides water ski?
What?
What?
You've never been on water skis in your life.
Oh, I was only kidding, Daddy.
Daddy? You've never called me Daddy before.
No, I never will again, Bill dear.
You sure you're feeling all right?
Never better.
Good. You better bring me a change of wardrobe for tonight, and white slacks, a maroon tie, and see if you can find my matching socks. You sure you're all right?
Fine.
Where was I?
I was finding matching socks.
Oh, yeah. And my white shoes.
White shoes.
Blue blazer.
Blue blazer.
It might need a quick trip to the cleaners. And that shirt with the ruffles down the front. And be careful when you press it. It's pure silk, you know.
Anything else?
Well, now that you ask, if the shoes need a polish, I'd appreciate it.
Of course.
Atta girl. I do my job, you do yours, right?
Oink, oink, Daddy. Well, maybe Mom will enjoy being in my shoes.
It's so true. This is such a funny, creepy movie. Actually, I forgot about that. That had me in tears. He's like, "Oh, you've never called me daddy before." I was like, "Stop." But then also the mom. Well, I guess the daughter, as the mom, is like flirting with her crush, and he's like into it. He's like, "Man, if only you were 20 years younger," or some shit like that.
In my opinion, it should have gone farther, but but it probably wouldn't have the movie probably wouldn't hold up as well. They probably wouldn't have made a remake if they had gone.
Yeah, that wouldn't bode well with future Disney audiences.
Yeah, the movie kind of like comes to this climax where Ellen, who is in Jodie Foster's body, is now at this event where she's got to do water skiing because in addition to being like a band geek and a hockey player, she's also like an incredible water skier, like one of the best in the state. And it's like, how come this mom's got no respect for what this kid does? This kid does everything. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, seriously. She's like, oh, she gets bad grades, but it's like she does every extracurricular in the book.
Right. So she's got to go on these water skis, and it's basically going to be a death trap for her. Meanwhile, Annabelle is in the mom's body driving, which she cannot drive worth a shit, and ends up getting chased by the cops. And this is where the movie gets really wild. So there's this crazy car chase scene of the cops chasing Annabelle in her mother's body. Her younger brother is in the passenger seat, and the horny neighbor boy in the back. And they are getting chased through the LA River. It looks like the exact same stretch from the drag race in Greece, actually.
Oh my God, it totally does.
And then Annabelle's like swerving as they approach this concrete divider in the middle of the LA River. And she's like swerving, like, which way am I going to go? Left or right, left or right. She goes one way. The cops can't react fast enough. So the cop car literally gets split in two by this concrete divider. It was a really fun slapstick gag that, frankly, I just wish there was a little bit more of that kind of like slapstickery, because it like it flirts with it for like a lot of the movie. And I think I was like, just dive in full bore if you're going to go with that kind of slapstick stuff, you know?
Totally. Oh my God. Yeah. And that one stunt where the cop is like driving the car on like sideways. On just two wheels.
Yeah.
What the hell? I was like, someone explain this to me.
It's badass stunt driver is what it was.
Yeah, seriously. He was killing it. And his balance boy next to him in the passenger seat.
So yeah, there's a lot to like here. There's a lot of fun stuff going on. As we said, the two leads are fantastic. I thought it was quite enjoyable.
Yeah, it's solid. I feel like it's if you like Freaky Friday, you know, if you watched the one we're going to talk about later, then I would say this is worth checking out just for funsies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Final thought. I never thought I would hear a Disney film use the phrase chauvinistic pig so many times, referring to the Disney dad, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
He was the worst.
He was the worst. I was like really hoping that the movie would end with her like leaving him, and like the daughter would convince her mom like, "Hey, this man ain't worth a shit, you know, let's get out of here."
Right.
You know, but that didn't happen.
No, God forbid. It is kind of funny that they're both just like, yeah, your dad sucks, but it is what it is.
Right.
Freaky Friday, 1976. Check it out on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about this movie today, but just 1 year before, director Mark Waters and Lindsay Lohan defined pop culture with Mean Girls.
Yeah.
They teamed up on the 2003 remake of Freaky Friday. Lindsay Lohan plays Anna, an angsty punk teenager, alongside Jamie Lee Curtis as Tess, her strict but loving mother. After a big blowout fight, the two find themselves cursed by a pair of enchanted fortune cookies from their favorite Chinese restaurant, waking up the next morning in each other's bodies. Unfortunately for Tess and Anna, the curse can only be reversed once the fortune comes true. A journey soon begins, its prize reflected in another's eyes. When what you see is what you lack, then selfless love will change you back. Trying not to alarm the rest of the family, especially with Tess's wedding just days away, they decide to fake it until they can figure out a solution. Tess stumbles through Anna's world of bitchy frenemies, petty teachers, awkward run-ins with her crush, and a very high-stakes battle of the band's audition. Meanwhile, Anna is thrown into her mom's career, therapy patients, book deadlines, and even her own wedding rehearsal. In the end, both discover what it really means to walk in each other's shoes, literally, and how to put each other first in ways that bring them closer together. Nick, what did you think of Lindsay Lohan's Freaky Friday?
Okay, so here's the thing. This was my first time watching this film. I did not see this, even though this was my era. Like this was,
Yeah.
I'm like around Lindsay Lohan's age, so this was like my time, But
Yeah.
but because I was around Lindsay Lohan's age when I was a teenager, I was like, fuck, I'm not watching that fucking Disney shit, So, anyways, never seen it, and I absolutely adored this movie. I loved it. Okay. Sometimes I get criticism from some of my friends about how highly I rate movies on Letterboxd.
Oh, I understand. I'm the same.
and I gave this movie 5 stars on Letterboxd.
Oh my god, I love to hear that.
But here's the thing. This is how I rate my movies. I rate my movies based on what they are and what they are trying to achieve. And for what this movie is, which is a family film, like truly a film the whole family can enjoy, and a smart, swift comedy about a mother and daughter coming closer together during like a very pivotal, like family shifting weekend. I mean, it's a perfect movie. Like for what it is trying to accomplish, it is a perfect movie. Like, am I going to compare this to Citizen Kane or North by Northwest or Do the Right Thing? It's like, no, those movies are perfect for what they are and what they are trying to do. But this is something completely different. So anyways, I just want to, before I get the heat from some of my Letterboxd followers, there's my rebuttal. But yes, I absolutely love this movie. I mean, the early 2000s, the nostalgia for me alone was enough to make my eyes misty. But the performances of Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are outstanding. Like, I didn't look it up, but they should have gotten Oscar nominations for this. They are amazing. Their heated chemistry in the first act felt so real. And then Lohan playing like a perfectly annoying teenager. But she's got a dream and she's got talent, so we like her. And then when the switch happens, oh my God, I was laughing out loud so many times. They're such physical performances.
Yeah.
Like when Jamie Lee Curtis, right after they switch bodies, and Jamie Lee Curtis like walks back to her room and she's got her thong hanging out, and the son looks and goes, ugh. Oh my God, I nearly died. I loved it. I loved it.
Oh my God. I love to hear that. I love that you pointed out that scene because I had it written in my notes as laugh out loud. Like it gets me every single time. That kid is hilarious. The shudder.
Yeah.
It's like, in that moment, scarred for life.
Right.
And just, her performance in that, God, the physical performances in this. And as you said too, like Lindsay Lohan is so convincing as the angsty punk teen, but equally convincing as like this strict, caring mother who's like also kind of losing it and freaking out all the time.
I was really blown away. I was like not expecting I hadn't seen any of these movies before, when we decided we were going to do this. And I was just like, well, like everybody's talking about Freaky Friday right now. Might as well do it, get on with the zeitgeist. I was not expecting to be totally blown away by this picture, but yet I was. And I think one of the really great things that this movie hit, like the reason why I think this movie is so much better than its original predecessor, which, hey, how often does that ever happen? In the original, the mom and the daughter never interact after they've switched bodies.
Right.
In this one, they are interacting constantly, and there's a lot of comedy that happens there. There's a lot of character development that happens there. There's a lot of building towards the understanding and accepting of each other's selves and characters. I just there's just a lot more that's done with the characters in this movie. And in fact, Mary Rodgers, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Mary Rodgers said that this was by far her favorite adaptation of her novel because she said they felt the most real. These characters felt the most real in a very unreal situation.
Oh, I love that. It makes so much sense. And like you said, there is more substance in this, in that a lesson is learned. Whereas I feel like in the first one, the whole thing, it's not about this fortune cookie thing or getting back to your roots or something. I don't know. There's nothing like that. It's simply just I wish I switched.
Right.
And then they switch.
Yeah.
Whereas this has a lot more substance and has more of a hero's journey, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That's so emotional. I mean, I tear up at the end of this movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
It really hits you. It's good.
Also,
go ahead. Sorry, I'm just loving hearing, since this was your first time watching it, I'm loving hearing everything you have to say.
The other thing I was going to say with that made me tear up was just R.I.P. House of Blues on Sunset. My God, I had too many good times at that concert venue, and seeing it again, I was like, God damn, that was a great venue. And I don't even know what's there anymore, an apartment complex or a hotel or something whack, something super whack.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, immortalized in Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
The switch is very creative in this one as well.
Yes.
We kind of get the callback to the split screen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that, but yeah,
which
you're
is
totally
really
right.
Fun.
Yeah.
Anna, for one day, the entirety of our life is not going to be focused on you.
Yeah, it's all about Ryan now, isn't it?
Anna, get away. Honey. A journey soon begins. Its prize reflected in another's eyes.
When what you see is what you lack,
Then selfless love will change you back.
Whatever.
And I love the visual design of it too, because they've got really funky backgrounds and their costumes are so good. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But I love that it's not an instant switch. This time it's an earthquake,
right.
Fakes them out, and then the switch happens overnight. And I love this one too, because it's the camera's panning over them sleeping, and one flips onto their back and the other onto their stomach, and it's just so silly, but it puts a smile on my face.
That's visual storytelling right there. It's all right,
indeed.
we get it.
Yeah, got it. But and then kind of going back to your point, I think one of the best parts of this movie and the most brilliant stray from the original is them waking up together like this and having to figure out things together, instead of just having it happen while they're in their own little worlds, basically.
Right.
Oh, it's so good. I also love that the little brother is actually an annoying piece of shit, because that's a lot more realistic than the OG brother, who's so prim and proper and perfect.
Right. Right. I do have here 3 pieces of trivia. Give me 3 pieces of trivia for Freaky Friday. 2003.
I want to play a game. I want to play a game.
Okay, the book that Tess Coleman has published that she's, what's a word? Promoting.
Promoting. Sorry.
Which, by the way, her soon-to-be husband surprises her with hey, you're going to be on national television. It's like, bro, that's not a good surprise. I was like, you need to give a motherfucker a heads up about that. Like, even if she was, thrilled at the concept of being on this show, like, you'd want to prepare yourself a little bit, both emotionally and tactfully, before you end up on a television show.
Oh yeah, and it's not like a like competition game show.
No.
Which even then I wouldn't want to be surprised.
Right.
But it's like one you really do need to be prepared for.
So, anyways, the piece of trivia is not that. That's an opinion. But the cover of that Tess Coleman book, Through the Looking Glass, that's the cover of the original Freaky Friday novel written by Mary Rodgers.
No way.
Mhm.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah. In 2002. Oh man, this is juicy. This is a juicy one. Okay. So, Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan, they had a little bit of a rivalry during this time period, like a legit rivalry, in fact, as like the two Disney, queens of the Disney Channel era. Hilary Duff was up for this role, and she lost it to Lindsay Lohan. And after she lost it to Lindsay Lohan, she demanded that her show get freaky. So there was an episode, The Freaky Maguires, from 2002, the year before, an installment of Lizzie McGuire, also produced by Disney, which is considered the fourth version of Mary Rodgers' Freaky Friday story.
No way. Wow.
Haven't seen
That's
that.
insane. Yeah. We're not picking sides.
We're not picking sides. I like Hilary Duff. The initial script for this film involved Anna writing for the school newspaper and wanting to go interview Gwen Stefani at the House of Blues. But when Mark Waters was interviewed to direct this picture, he felt about the script that she's a newspaper writer. It's just going to be about a nerd daughter and a nerd mom, switching places and ages, and it just wouldn't be that interesting. He thought it'd be way more interesting if it was about a rebellious daughter and a straight-laced mom. And this observation, these notes that he provided, actually is what got him the job as director of Freaky Friday.
Thank God, because that
doesn't sound as cool.
No, and I feel like that's what makes this movie.
Right.
And also, you really do need the difference.
Yeah.
Since they're switching.
Yeah, and there's a big difference also between having somebody interviewing somebody at the House of Blues versus having somebody perform at the House of Blues.
Oh, yeah. One's a little cooler than the other.
Yeah. So anyway, there you have it. Give me 3 pieces of trivia for Freaky Friday.
That was great.
Do you have a favorite scene, Bella, of this installment?
It's impossible, honestly. I don't know. All of them come to mind, but I have to say, everything with Chad Michael Murray.
Chad Michael Murray. Yeah.
Heartthrob of our generation. Yeah, all the scenes with him and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Just kill me. I mean, it's so funny. And I totally forgot that his whole character throughout this is like stuck between both of, like, he wants both of them.
Yeah, he's kind of
torn
got
between them.
the hots for Jamie Lee Curtis. One, because, you know, inside of her is the woman that he originally had the crush on, you know, Anna. But also, Jamie Lee Curtis ain't no slouch.
Oh, she's gorgeous in this. Oh, I have to say her makeover is my favorite scene.
Yeah, that's fun.
Just because when she comes out in that dress and her new haircut and she's got the like cartilage piercing, just like, oh hell yeah, let's go. I remember that scene very vividly as a kid.
Yeah, she just goes for it in this movie and the next one. She just commits 100%, and she is really, you know, she just elevates it so much because of her commitment. Like when she's on that TV show and she, like, you know, just the little thing of like picking her feet up and like sitting on her feet, it's just like, oh man, she is like so believable.
Yeah, it totally is like the physical like the mannerisms,
right,
that really sell it.
Yeah. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
It is a 5 out of 5. If it's not, what are we doing, guys?
Freaky Friday, also available on Disney Plus. And that, my friends, speaking of Jamie Lee Curtis, is going to take us to a break. And during that break, you're going to hear from LADFF director, Gimme Three producer, and my wife, Sonja Mereu, for a segment that we call Sonja's Movie Minute. So stick around for that and much more right here on the Gimme Three podcast.
Hello, I'm Sonja, and this is my Movie Minute. Jamie Lee Curtis truly is a one of a kind. She's a hottie, she's a brilliant actress, she's a baroness, she's a nepo baby of Hollywood royalty, and she's the most charming guest on late night TV. The first movie I saw with Jamie Lee Curtis was A Fish Called Wanda. But as an 8-year-old, I was mostly interested in the side story of the guy who keeps accidentally killing dogs. The first movie I really remember her in is True Lies. That striptease scene is kind of unforgettable. And let me tell you, I just rewatched it before recording this, and it is as incredible and kinky as I remembered. Of course, recently, Jamie Lee got a ton of love and an Oscar for her role in Everything Everywhere All at Once. I personally think that it's the most overrated movie of the 21st century, but there's no denying that she's great in it. Jamie elevates everything she's in. She's down to play up her good looks and sex appeal, like in The Last Showgirl, or look like a total mess as she did in Everything Everywhere and The Bear. It's inspiring to see a woman with a career as long and varied as hers, who also seems totally down to earth, kind, and hilarious. Long live Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's the Gimme Three podcast, everybody. And on this installment, we are talking about the Freaky Friday movies. Before the break, we talked about the 1976 Disney film, Freaky Friday. And then, of course, we discussed the 2003 modern classic, Freaky Friday, starring Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. And now, here we are, 22 years later for Freakier Friday from 2025, directed by Nisha Ganatra. Screenplay by Jordan Weiss. And I just want to say, Bella, before the break, you were talking about your admiration for the dreamboat Chad Michael Murray. Well, I had the pleasure of working on the Freakier Friday promo material. So I got to work with the cast on some promo stuff, and I just got to say, Chad Michael Murray, super cool guy, super cool guy. That Chad.
Oh, that's awesome! I love that.
Anyways,
how could he not be?
How could he not be? So it's been 22 years since that Freaky Friday, and now Anna Coleman is a full-fledged adult, and she's got a teenage daughter of her own. She has chosen to be a single mother. She's got a teenage daughter, Harper Coleman, who's played by Julia Butters. And Harper hates one of her classmates. This is Lily Reyes, who's played by Sophia Hammonds. And Harper and Lily end up starting a giant food fight at school, which lands them both in hot water. They got to go to the principal's office and all this stuff. Their parents get called. And guess what? That leads to a chance encounter with Anna and Lily's father, Eric. And sparks fly, and the music swells, and we're thrown into a wonderful opening montage that leads us directly into Anna and Eric's wedding week. Here we are again, another wedding week.
Yeah.
They're very much in love, but they have got to navigate their daughter's mutual distaste for each other. The overbearing grandma, Tess, she's hanging around, and she's still a psychiatrist, but she's definitely inserting herself into Anna and Julia's and Harper's life. But of course, it's grandma. Everybody loves grandma, so Harper just loves Grandma Tess. But the big elephant in the room is, once this marriage happens, are they going to live in L.A. or are they going to live in London? And of course, the two daughters vehemently want to live in their home cities. Lily from London, Harper from L.A. At the bridal party, Anna and Tess have an encounter with this cheap-ass palm reader who's played by Vanessa Bayer from SNL.
Okay. Your lifelines. It's like they've intersected before.
How strange.
Really? You've walked in each other's path. It's like a crazy path cross that you've done. You've learned a lesson that may serve you again. Okay, that's enough.
Okay, we'll give these to my neighbors.
I'm onto something here. One more thing. Right over there is a QR code that you can tip me with. Any amount is appreciated. Really, I didn't know I could do that voice.
And then Harper and Lily also have an encounter with the same palm reader, and there we get it. We get the familiar earthquake hits, only this time we get a 4-way body swap. Even freakier. That's why they call it Freakier Friday, The teenage girls are swapped with the adults. Harper is in her mother's body. Lily is in Tess's body. And the adults are in the teenage girl's body. Anna is in her daughter's body, and Tess is in Lily's body. Sound confusing? It is a little bit in the beginning.
It is.
So the respective duos split up, trying to get their bodies right and fix this whole situation. Again, hijinks ensue and all this jazz. But of course, Harper and Lily have another motive. They hate each other, but they realize if they work together, they can do enough damage to destroy their parents' wedding before it happens. Freakier Friday. Bella, what'd you think about this?
Oh man, I feel of two minds about this movie. Like, half of me is like, I can see what they're doing. It was such a great ode to the 2003 version, it's original and kind of just like that era of Disney family live action movies. It felt very like nostalgic, which I appreciated. But then the other half of me is that maybe didn't love it as much is the part that was trying to like please younger audiences of today, which just doesn't totally resonate with me always. So, it was kind of split down the middle, but I think overall I was like pleasantly surprised with it. I had very low expectations going into this, but I ended up enjoying it, got some laughs out of me as well.
Yeah.
I think it was really fun to see in theaters. I know you had your own special experience. Mine was just a full theater of millennials who thought this was the best movie they've ever seen. I'm talking like belly laughs at every single joke. Is like and ooh and yes for all the outfits. It was absolutely hilarious.
That's great. That's great to hear. Yeah.
It honestly made me enjoy it more because I was like, oh, okay, this is a crowd. It's better than people just being dead silent,
Right.
especially for this kind of movie. So they got me into it.
Yeah, that's great. That's why, this is why you see a movie with an audience. It's part of the experience.
I do think it changed how I felt about it. Like if I had just watched this at home on Disney Plus, I might have been like, "Oh my god, I can't wait for this to end." But it's an experience. We're back 22 years later. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
But let's hear about you.
I will describe my theater experience before I get into my thoughts on the film. And I've talked about it before. The El Capitan Theater. I went to go see. What did I see? Was it Mary Poppins for the first time? They were playing Mary Poppins at the El Capitan Theater, and it was before you and I talked with Max about Mary Poppins on an episode. Maybe it was about movie musicals, or maybe it was about
Yeah.
So I saw that it was playing at the El Capitan, and I was like, you know what, I'll go see it at the El Capitan because they do it big over there. It's just like, again, as I mentioned in that episode, they are I believe the only theater still in these United States of America that does a curtain show before every movie, which is, if you've never seen a curtain show, go to the El Capitan Theater because it's awesome. It's really, really amazing. But I go in there and, it's like a Monday night or something. I don't know. So it's quiet. Hollywood Boulevard is quiet. And I walk in and it's like I'm the only person in there. And I go into the theater auditorium and there is a DJ just playing her ass off. Like, wicka, 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 wicka. And she's just pumping her fist and she's playing like 2003 hits.
Nice, yeah.
And she's jumping up and down. She's like, "Let me hear you," and I'm like, "Let me hear me?" Like I'm the only guy in here. Thankfully, some more people started coming in, but not that many. And it's a Monday night, and it's Hollywood Boulevard. And anyways, so they do this whole, she has a full on DJ set, and an MC comes out at some point, and then they do this little play. Where they go, we're body swapping, and the MC becomes the DJ, and the DJ becomes the MC, and they do a little song and dance to that.
Do a little ditty.
Yeah, do a little ditty. They bring a couple audience members up. They play some games. We all did the hot to go dance together, and then it ended. I sent you the video, but it ended with them blasting confetti into this audience of 20 people. And it's just it's like, hey, you know what? God bless them. They are putting in work over there. I respect it and I liked it. And that's why I went there. So I'm just saying, I'm putting over the El Capitan Theater. If there is a Disney movie out that you want to see, because they play all the big Disney movies that are going to come out, they play them there. And Disney owns pretty much everything now. So there's a Marvel movie you want to see, Star Wars, any kind of Disney Pixar thing, and also often they play a lot of classics. So if you keep an eye on the El Capitan Theater calendar, and if you get a chance, go check it out because they put on a show and they really try over there. I'd like to go back at some point when it's a full crowd just to feel the energy and stuff. But I did send you that video where it's I'm filming the stage and the DJ girl's like, yeah, she's mugging to my camera as Hot to Go is playing. And then I pan to the crowd and there's 5 other people there. And you're just like, what is happening?
Oh my god, I'm literally crying. It's one of the funniest things. I feel like you have to post it. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It made my day the other day to get that video from you. I was just crying. I am now. It's so funny. And yeah, God bless them. They're going, the DJ, they're going so hard.
She's going
for
hard.
Such a little crowd.
She's going hard. And you know what? It's hey, I've been in front of little crowds, and so I respect it. It's
you got to do what you got to do.
They're going real hard, And you know what? They gave me a show. I got my money's worth. I got my money's worth.
Picking confetti out of your hair.
Yeah, I was picking confetti out of my hair. But you know what? So anyways, I just want to say El Capitan Theater, keep doing what you're doing. I love you. And I will, next big Disney movie they release. Oh, I know what they're playing next. They're doing the Goofy movie. It's going to
Oh, that's going to be sold out. No doubt.
Yeah, Goofy movie's got a big cult following. So if you are a fan of the Goofy movie, check it out at the El Capitan Theater because they are going to. Oh, dang. I might have to go see that. I bet you they're going to
Yeah, that actually sounds amazing.
All right. So anyways, that's my love letter to the El Capitan Theater.
I love it.
The movie, I enjoyed it. So this was, as I mentioned, I hadn't seen any of the Freaky Friday movies going into this preparation. And I chose to watch this one first. And I watched it first for a very specific reason. One, I was told I didn't need to see the original to understand it, which was totally true. Two, I wanted to give this movie its fair shake and watch the movie and take it in on its own merits, which I'm really glad I did because after watching the original, is it as good as the original? No, not in my opinion. It's not. But I did find it still very, very charming, and I enjoyed. Yeah. I enjoyed the watch, and I thought Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis were great together. They still have a lot of chemistry, and Julia Butters, who you may remember from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the young actress who's like playing opposite Leonardo DiCaprio, who tells him that was the best damn acting I've ever seen or something.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Perfect casting because she always plays this very mature adolescent, so she's just terrific as a 36 or 38-year-old, whatever she's supposed to be, trapped in a 15-year-old body. I thought she was wonderful in this movie, and I see a lot of big things coming for that Julia Butters. She's a great actress.
I agree completely. Yeah. It was fun to see, like, when you watched the OG, it's like, oh, Lindsay Lohan, like, she was just killing it at this time. And then it's fun to see Julia Butters kind of like take that on.
Yeah.
It's like the new youth.
Yeah. And Sophia Hammond, to her credit, is also really good and has a very emotional performance. She and does a lot of like physical comedic work as well.
Yeah. She was great.
Yeah, they do a lot of like it is formulaically and like, script structure wise, it's pretty much beat for beat the same as Freaky Friday from 2003. But to its credit, they do like new things with some of the comedic bits, and there's enough new stuff for, I think, fans of the original to be like, okay, it's not exactly the same old thing. There's enough new meat on the bones, I think.
Totally. I think it's a great blend of like old and new. And like when I say old, I mean like, the fact that they brought back pretty much everyone from the original film.
Yeah.
For cameos or little roles, whatnot, which I actually really appreciated because that's always like something that I think I struggle with like a sequel that happens years later is it's like, well, the people who are in that OG are the ones who make it.
Right.
And especially a movie like Freaky Friday where every person in it has an iconic, memorable role or scene. So it makes those kind of like pop-up cameos even. Like literally when Mark Harmon, who plays Jamie Lee Curtis' husband, like reappears in this. The whole audience was like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like he's still there.
Right.
They brought him back. So I think that's also a big part of this film's charm as a sequel so many years later.
Yeah. And you got the Pink Slip Band is back to get, so they brought the same actors from the original for that. And of course, Chad Michael Murray's back and he looks way better as an adult than he did at a teen.
He looks so good. Yeah. No, it's crazy. I also loved that they brought back Lucille Sung and Rosalind Chow who were the people working in the Chinese restaurant who gave them the fortune cookies, and they're like now family friends. I thought that was That was sweet.
Oh, see, that I didn't even pick up on because I hadn't seen the original at the time, so I did not even clock that.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, no, that was like the most subtle.
Yeah.
That's
nice. Yeah.
And I'm sure there's more that I didn't even notice, and maybe diehard fans did. So if you guys out there are like, there's way more, let us know. But yeah, I thought that was really, really sweet.
I enjoyed it. And I like the Nisha Ganatra. I hope I'm saying her name right, but the director, she's done she did that movie Late Night that came out in 2019. I really liked that with Mindy Kaling and Emma Thompson. I like that movie a lot. So
what a pairing. I'll have to check that out.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one. That's a fun one for anybody who hasn't seen it. That's a really good one. And she's done other work on like Mindy Project and Mr. Robot and stuff. So she's a strong filmmaker, and
that's awesome.
I didn't know she directed this, and then when I saw her name in the opening credits, I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm in good hands here."
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And it's just great to see Lindsay Lohan as well after so many years. I just adore her. I really do. And her and Jamie Lee Curtis together
they still,
it just takes you back.
Yeah, they still have like a great rapport and like great comedic, and they both go for it too. Again, it's like they put their body. It's so physical and slapstick comedy. Like here's another wrestling terminology for you, Bella, as I throw them out every once in a while. You call it showing ass, which means like they're willing to be embarrassed and like made to look like a fool a little bit. Like you call it, I'm showing ass. They are so willing to show ass in this movie. Not literally, you freaks out there. Freaks at home be like, "Oh, buy my ticket right now."
It's not like that.
Yeah, if you want to see showing ass, watch the original Freaky Friday. Jamie Lee Curtis shows a little ass in that.
Oh, it's great. So good. I gotta say, I think final thought for me would be, and this is a spoiler, but ending with Pink Slip reuniting to sing Take Me Away was exactly what I needed from this movie. Like, that is what I was waiting for. And then I also loved that they brought back end credit bloopers.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great callback to like early 2000s Disney.
Early 2000s movies in general. Where are the bloopers?
I know, it was hilarious. I took Jonathan with me. I was shocked that he agreed, and because I don't think he'd seen Freaky Friday since it like came out, basically.
Yeah.
But like you said, you don't really need to have seen it. But I was like, no, we're gonna stay to watch the bloopers. He was like, bro, you're kidding me. We have to leave now. He was not having the bloopers. But I thought it was fun. It took me back to childhood.
The best blooper sequence off the top of my head that I can remember is the original Rush Hour movie has an incredible and hilarious end credit blooper sequence.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can only imagine. I can't remember it, but I mean, those two together in that movie, it checks out.
Oh, man, maybe we do a Rush Hour soon.
Oh, that would be fun. I'm so down. I would love to revisit those.
Anyways, back to Freaky Friday or Freakier Friday. Okay, so that was your final thought. I don't have any final thoughts, so.
All right, perfect.
Freakier Friday. I will say, it's still, at least in LA, it's still playing at plenty of movie theaters this week. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out on the big screen. That from Monday through Thursday, they have not announced what's playing at the El Capitan Theater. I think starting either Thursday or Friday, they're playing the Goofy movie. But if the days before that, if they are playing Freakier Friday and you live in LA, I'm telling you, go see Freakier Friday at the goddamn El Capitan Theater and you're going to have a great time.
Absolutely.
And it's playing at like a dozen of the AMCs also in the area, but it's not as cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got the full experience. I'm jealous.
I got freakier.
Well, that's a wrap, everyone. We started in 76 with Jodie Foster and Barbara Harris. Jumped ahead to the early 2000s. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan delivered. And we ended in 2025 with a nostalgic sequel bringing back the OGs and 2 great new additions with Julia Butters and Sophia Hammonds. Fantastic. So excited to see what they do next. I think it's safe to say the Freaky Friday franchise has enduring charm and continues to stand the test of time as a lasting piece of pop culture. You know, each version gets to leave its own mark while reinventing the story for an entirely new generation. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let us know if you prefer the original or the remake. We'd love to hear your thoughts. You can scroll on down to the episode description and hit the send us a text link, and we'll read your thoughts on the podcast maybe, or, you know, you can reach us on Instagram at Gimme Three Podcast. That's GIMME, spell out 3 podcast. And really quickly, before you go, if you love the podcast and you want to support the show even more, here are 2 quick things that go a long way. First, you can set our episodes to auto-download on Spotify. Just go to our podcast, tap the settings gear to auto-download, and you're good to go. You can listen to us anytime, anywhere. You can also subscribe to our Patreon for just $5 a month to get bonus episodes, exclusive content. You can find the link to subscribe in the episode description below as well. Nick, do you want to tell our listeners where they can find you on the socials?
You can find me on Letterboxd, on Instagram, or on Blue Sky at Nicholas Ibarra. Ibarra is spelled with a Y.
And you guys can find me on Instagram at Portrait of a Cinephile and on Letterboxd at Efstratis. Thanks again for joining us on the Gimme Three podcast, and we'll see you at the movies.